Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of SlickWorks. In this episode, I'm going to be painting a bed frame. A bed frame? Yeah, a bed frame. Why? Well, it's like an old cast iron vintage bed frame and he wants to just clear coat it just to bring up all the patina and just really make the colors pop. So, clear coat bed frame. Clear coat bed frame. Bed frame. Bed frame. Yes, I am painting a bed frame, and not just any bed frame. Look at this thing. This is a vintage cast iron bed frame. No idea what it started out life as, maybe like a fence post, but what I can tell you is I'm not moving this thing into the booth by myself, because at a guess, I would say maybe 300 pounds for the headboard. And the other piece here, maybe 200 pounds. Like, it is absolutely solid steel, the whole thing. And then it's got these bars to hold it all together. So what my plan was, because initially I wanted to hang it from the ceiling of the booth, but I mean, I really do not trust these hooks with that much weight. Like, the thing weighs as much as one of my Chevettes. So I've masked out the booth. It's ready to go. I'm gonna get somebody to help me bring it in here. I'm gonna wash it in the booth and get it prepped up for clear coat. Neighbors are on my lawn again. Okay, so here we go. Winter is upon us. It is December now and it's freezing cold. I've had the heat on in the shop with the fans going and it is still that cold. But get a load of this thing. So this is the massive bed, just kind of loosely assembled. This is the way I'm gonna clear coat it. So I'm gonna give it a good wash right now, but I gotta be kind of careful when I wash it because a lot of this paint, like you see this here, this patina, like this is not holding on at all. So you wanna try and keep as much of this as I can while still getting like this dust and dirt off so that the paint will actually stick and we're not just painting over dirt and locking all that in there. So yeah, trying to keep as much of the white as possible without it falling off, and then of course once it's all got a layer of clear coat on it, it should kind of lock it all in place. So I gotta very gently wash this whole thing through all these intricate little patterns and everything, and get it nice and clean for clear. Okay, now this thing is pretty darn clean looking. Yeah, I just cleaned it up with some soapy water and a brush. And so once all the water's dried off the floor, then I gotta give it a wipe down with some very, very mild wax and grease remover. In case there's any grease, I don't want the clear coat, as soon as the second the clear coat hits it, I don't want it to like start fish eyeing all over the place. Yeah, so this is almost ready for paint. This is the first part of prepping it up. Next is getting all the grease off of it. And then I gotta sweep and open up the big doors here and blow all the junk outside. Close up those doors and we'll be good to paint. Okay, so the bed frame is all cleaned up, the booth is all cleaned up, we're ready to go. I'm just gonna wait until it gets like a short and curly hair warmer than it is right now, because we are at 9 degrees. So I've got the heat on full blast, the fans are on full blast. So I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. I'd like to see at least 15 degrees plus the ambient temperature inside the shop here. I gotta open up that window and that window to get a decent cross flow. So the temperature in the shop itself has to be nice and toasty, so I'm pulling hot air through the booth. Because this is what our current situation looks like outside. Yeah. No bueno. No bueno. It's time to do some clear coating, everybody. Woo! Oh, here we go. Wow. Man. Glass is already completely covered in overspray. Well, that was interesting. I realized that my old carbon filters for my mask, they definitely had to be replaced because like halfway through, not even halfway through, a quarter of the way through, I was like, it was taking a lot of effort to suck through those filters, and I even started like tasting a bit of paint. So still feeling okay, but I replaced my carbon filters, my charcoal filters. Charcoal? Carbon? These ones. So now I'll be good to go and should be able to breathe pretty easily in coat number 2. And then maybe coat number 3? I don't know. We'll see how much. It's starting to look pretty good. There's a few spots where it's like nice and slick and shiny. A few other spots where it's bumpy, but all those different angles and stuff, like it's so hard to get like a decent, like a full coat without missing a spot. So first coat's down. I laid it on a little heavy. I wanted to on purpose because even as I was spraying the first coat, I started seeing some of that white like flapping in the breeze. So a few spots like that, I just kind of pounded it on. Had a good look at it. No drips, no sags, no runs so far. So yeah, maybe 12, 13 degrees in the booth right now. Maybe, yeah, 12, 14 minutes, something like that. I'll put another coat on. Well, as it's December and Christmas time, I was hoping to program this thing to just flash red and green, but that didn't work out. So that'll have to do for the festive times of the year. Oh my goodness, I feel like I can actually breathe. That's awesome. Whoop, there we go. Top that up. Yeah. Top that up. Yeah. All right. Okay, well I did hyperlapse the entire second coat, but for some reason my camera decided to stop filming. But I'll show you how it went. So the bed frame looks awesome. I'll try and find an angle that you can actually see the clear on it. Here we go. So it looks awesome. It's shiny. I'm sure it's gonna look totally sweet outside. It's like a perfectly even coat. There you go. You got a little bit of shine there. I never had that before. Yeah, perfectly even coat. There's no dry spots. There's no runs, no sags. It was just the weirdest. I had to hit it from like every angle, up, down, left, right, to try and get it done. But let's see if I can focus on that. Yeah, but it does look spectacular. Like this. I'm looking forward to seeing this outside when Cam comes and picks it up, because this does look really good. Yeah, very cool. I did have an issue over here with my feet sticking. Nothing to do with the bed. But over here, by the time I sprayed all that clear to get that done, by the time I got over here, it was like while I was painting, I actually had an image from one of my favorite Christmas movies pop into my head. I'll see if I could find that and drop it in right now. Anyways, just the most frustrating thing ever when I'm trying to lay down a consistent coat of clear on something and focus on all the angles and corners and, you know, areas that I got to make sure I get a full coat of clear on while I'm sticking to the floor and ripping up my drop sheet. So, gotta clean out my gun here. Gotta clean this guy out. Very little wastage on this one. I hate wasting clear. But anyways, if you like this episode, Please be sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can see anytime a new video is uploaded, though I'm sure I'll tell you about it. Facebook, SlickWorks Official. Check out SlickWorks Official. There is a group on there. Also SlickWorks Official at Instagram. I have an Instagram page. So thanks for joining me, guys. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate that, like I just said 2 seconds ago. But some people forget and have the mind of a goldfish, like me. Why'd I come over here? Okay, I remember why I came over here. Because the Chavira Channel and Dogs, Chavira Channel and Dogs, Chavira Channel and Dogs. You got the SlickWorks, the slick sound effect correct. So good job, guys. It was, in fact, I forgot what the wow. They said Volkswagen, and that was correct. It was a Volkswagen Beetle. It was actually like a dune buggy exhaust. To be honest, my dad got it first, but I said, well, you gotta kind of comment. That's the whole thing. You comment on the video and then you get the shout out that's in the next video. That's the whole thing, Dad. Yeah, so anyways, slick sound effect of the day is coming up right now. If you know what it is, tell me what it is. Comment below and then you'll get a shout out in the next video. So that was it. If you know what it was, comment below. If you don't, comment below anyways. Like, say I think that was a toaster oven. I don't care. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Thanks for watching SlickWorks. Enjoy the snow outside. Good night, Jeannie. Good night, Astra. Good night, Turd. Good night, Dylan. Good night, Cheryl. Good night, Connie. Good night, Mildred. Good night, Kelly. Good night, Loie. Good night, Patina. Good night, Svetlana. Good night, Ralph. Good night, Cousin Eddie. Good night, Charlie. Good night, Lemmy. Good night, Thunder Horse. Good night, Chelsea.